Hello, and welcome to The Kosh. I'm your host, Timber Smith, and The Kosh is a podcast that spotlights people who've had an association with the Kosh and the surrounding Fox Cities area. Kosh listeners, how are we doing out there today? Once again, it is a beautiful, beautiful Saturday morning, and I don't know, I'm geeked about today. There's all sorts of reasons I'm geeked. A, it looks beautiful out. B, my daughter is coming to visit me today, and I always get excited when she comes and visits and spends some time with us. C, I'm going to be cooking a little something later on today. I'm going to go handle my grill skills. And then last but definitely not least, we have an amazing guest. And I am excited for this conversation. I cannot even stress how excited I am about this conversation. I'll explain more about that in a bit. But before I get into that, let me just say that this episode of The Kosh is sponsored by Sunken Paddle Cider Works, making the best of it. If y'all, last week was Sunken Paddle's 2-year anniversary, and it was fantastic. If you didn't have a chance, and if you don't know about Sunken Paddle, they are the cidery that's here in The Kosh, and they make these yummy ciders. And if you have not experienced it, let me just say, you need to be about that life. So on a Saturday, if you don't know about this, let me just share this. Saturday from 12 to 5, they've got a tasting room. And you can go in there and taste all their ciders for free. That's the crazy part, for free. But you go down the list, and usually they have somewhere between 12 and 15 different ciders. And not only do they let you taste them, but they explain to how it was made, where the ingredients are got, which are usually local. And to have something like that here in the Kosh, that's special. I can't even tell you. So make sure y'all are checking out Sunken Paddle. Okay, now on to the real business at hand. Look, y'all, I think y'all know what I'm going to say, but it's Kosh tradition. It's got to be said that I don't know how I continue to get these amazing guests here on the Kosh. And let me tell you, this week is no different. It's going to be fire. This conversation I'm super excited about, and I think y'all will understand here in a minute. But without any further ado, this week's guest is Quadry Smith. What's up, Quadry?
What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm going to go by Q is okay, correct?
Q is okay.
All right, I'm going by Q. All right. How are we doing this morning? What's going on?
We're doing great.
Yeah?
Like you said, it's a beautiful Saturday morning.
Yep. Facts.
It's summertime. The weather's great.
Yes.
I just found out that you got some amazing grill skills.
Oh, I do a little something.
What you doing on the grill?
Hey, I don't actually. Here's what I will tell you. My wife usually does prep, right? Okay. So she'll marinate. She's marinated something. Now, she done told me, I don't remember what it was, but it didn't matter. Because all that matters is I will handle the grill, right? She could have told me that she had a buffalo, and I'd have been like, I got it. I got this. It don't matter.
You had a grill outfit? You got the sandals?
Wait. I have a version of the traditional grill outfit, but I do not always wear what I would call the traditional Black family reunion grilling outfit.
Oh man, your daughter's coming in town. You gotta have a grill outfit on.
I know. Way. And if y'all don't know what that is, let me explain what that is, because Q done went spaces with this, and I'm gonna explain this. See, there is a traditional Black man grilling outfit for these such occasions, and it consists of this. It must be some sandals.
Must be. And
then there must be some jean shorts. And then there's a white t-shirt. There is a white just not right. and if you're gonna finish outfitting it, there's usually an apron involved and a sweat rag.
There you go.
Did I miss anything?
You gotta have your drink too.
Oh well, yeah. There's always that.
You gotta have that on the side.
Yeah, there is that. But that the drink can consist of many things.
Many options.
That's right. But I'm not gonna lie. I do not consistently wear a grilling outfit of that stature. Now, there's some things I do because, grilling, it's more like I have certain T-shirts I like to, utilized for grilling because it already has the grease marks on it.
Smart.
You know, the things that are going to happen while the preparation occurs.
Right.
That's right.
I haven't gotten to that level of thinking yet, so I consistently just mess up new clothes.
Oh, man.
Whether I'm on a grill or just cooking at the house.
For real?
You know, yeah, I messed up most of my clothes doing that, cooking. You know,
because you do.
I haven't gotten to that level of life of thinking of getting an apron or just being smart and just wearing the same. You know,
you said you just get out there and make it happen.
Just make it happen.
What kind of grill skills you got?
Not much. Not much. I haven't got to that level yet.
Man, I was gonna say, are you at a point that they ain't letting you on the grill yet? Because that's a thing. Like you gotta earn the right to get to the grill.
I'm not there, but there's just there's many family members ahead of me that are still holding that torch. They're not ready to pass it, and I'm not ready to take it. I'm not trying to take it. So we good. I show up, and with a fork and a knife, I'm ready to eat.
Yeah. Hey, look, you need those people too. I mean, it's an ecosphere. Right? You need the different things in place.
Right. Everybody got to pull their weight, do their part.
There's a part for everyone. There's the children's part. There are the people that come to eat parts, and then there are the people that bring the sides part, and then there is the individual on the grill.
Right. Oh no, tell me what we need. I'll bring it. I'm bringing my appetite too.
You said
all my people know. If I show up to your house, I'm hello, straight to the fridge.
Straight to the fridge. Wait, now you're not the person. Now I was just having this conversation with somebody, and are you in the category that you the first one to bring the chips?
Ooh, no, I don't. I'm not. I don't bring anything I don't eat. And I'm not, I mean, unless you say so. Like, if you say, hey, we need this, I'll bring whatever. But I'm not a chip eater. So I would, rather some drinks.
Oh, okay.
You can count on me to do that. Or I'm not much of a drinker either, but I just know that goes a long way for a lot of people. So
it sets the tone.
Exactly.
It does.
Or whatever, is needed.
See,
I can provide that.
You know what? See, because I remember, but I don't know. I haven't been to the family reunion in a minute, but what I'm going to say is there was a time that the drink never made it to, that stayed in the car. You went to the car to handle that business. If there was going to be some drink in it.
No, my family would have my head if I left the drink in the car.
You just said it's got to be shared by all.
It's a bottle in the car? What?
Oh, man. I feel that too, though. There's pressure.
Nah. I bring the appetite and whatever else is needed.
Hey.
But I'm not cooking.
Facts.
Bruh.
I like that. I like that you real with it and that you do at least say, because there's other people. I feel like there's two people that are the cop-outs in the cookout, and those are the people that decide to bring paper products and the potato chips.
Oh, yeah.
You ain't right.
Yeah.
You got to bring more than that.
We can't let them leave with a to-go plate.
Or walk in with your own Tupperware.
Oh, somebody does that?
Oh, that's the new wave.
I ain't never heard of that one.
Oh, yeah. That's for real. People come with their own Tupperware.
That's funny.
Well, the plate, because, the plate might hold up, it might not hold up, but if you walk in with your own Tupperware.
Is it fresh Tupperware? It's the stuff they've been using at the crib.
Hey, I'm just saying. It might be an old margarine bowl. I'm just saying. I'm just saying
Not
the Tupperware.
Legit Tupperware.
Hey, that is legit Tupperware in the household.
You're right. My grandma go hear that and say, "What are you talking about? Not legit Tupperware."
Right. I was gonna say, who you man? Don't get us both jumped.
That's funny.
All right, Q. You ready to jump in?
Let's jump in it.
All right, Q. Can you please tell us about yourself and your connection to the Kosh and the surrounding Fox Cities area?
Tell you about myself. Well, start from the beginning.
You start from where you want to.
Start from the beginning. I'll make the jumps through. I was born in Milwaukee. I moved to this area about 3rd grade. In about 6th grade, 7th grade, that's when I moved to Clayton County, Georgia, right outside Atlanta, and was there until about senior year. And that's when I moved back, graduated from Menasha, and that was in 2012, 2013. And I've been in the area ever since. So my connection to the area is just my childhood, and I went to college here. I went to high school here as well.
All right. You a Titan?
No, I went to Fox Valley Tech.
Okay.
So close.
Well,
Not the Kosh.
That's the
but,
Foxes.
The Foxes.
Yeah, no, hey, that counts too, though. The
Exactly.
Tech, it's not like the Tech don't got a home base here in the Kosh.
They do.
They do.
Yep. Although I don't think I ever went to that location unless I was using the computer lab or, the library or something like that. Other than that, I was always in an Appleton location. Being, a fire student, our location was out there.
Oh, that's true. I can tell you that the Kosh campus is a beautiful campus. It's right on the river.
Yeah, it is.
And it's gorgeous.
It's a vibe for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. You just mentioned that you were doing fire.
Yeah.
So what was that? Is that so like we graduated from Menasha and we was like we want to be a firefighter? How do we do that?
So I think just throughout life as a kid, that was just something I never really told people about it. But it was just something that I always kind of admired. I just wanted to do it. And when I got to Menasha, when it was, time to start thinking about college, I found out that the Tech had one of the best fire, programs in the nation. So it was like, oh, wow. I don't even got to leave the crib. I can stay here, get this degree from here, and become a firefighter. So it kind of just, the opportunity was there. Okay. And it was something that I always wanted to do, in the back of my mind. So, yeah, I took that opportunity.
All right. And we didn't finish that journey, though, right?
No, did not finish that journey.
Because we found another journey.
All
right. Can we talk a little bit about that journey?
We can talk a little bit about it.
Let's do it.
So, Division 1, that's my sneaker, streetwear, and vintage store. We have 2 locations now. We started in the middle of COVID in 2020. It was crazy times, but it was great times. And at our 2-year mark, that's when we opened up our second location. That location is in the mall in Appleton, the Fox River Mall. We're killing it. 4 years in, September 14th, I believe. So, we'll have something.
Oh, there's an anniversary coming up.
Yeah, there's a 4-year anniversary coming up. We'll have something going on for that.
Okay. That's a big deal. I mean, I think about this. All right. And I had heard of Division 1, but I didn't understand. Like Division 1 has a following, like a loyal following of individuals. And as I've met more people, and the name kept coming up, and it kept coming up, and I didn't understand, but now I understand. And to have one location on College Ave, which is no joke, to be on College Ave, and then one in the mall, man.
Yeah, the blessed, the universe loves us. The opportunities all just were timing. Timing was everything, from the time that we started looking for locations. Our original location on College Avenue just kind of fell in our lap, just literally being on College Avenue one day. My business partner was out there with a family friend, and they were just walking up and down the Ave, and they seen this perfect location, just went up and called the guy that owned it, and he was saying how it'll be ready to open up in about 4 months, and that gave us a perfect amount of time to get all of our ducks in a row. So we made it happen. And then even then with the mall, we were growing so crazy that we kind of were outgrowing our space, and we didn't want to leave it, but we just thought vintage, streetwear, and sneakers, they all go hand in hand, but there's some separation in between the vintage and the sneakers and the streetwear. So,
oh, no doubt.
Yeah, we definitely figured that we can have an entire store with sneakers and streetwear, and the mall location just kind of same thing. Just was in the mall, seen that location, and was like, this will be perfect actually.
I could see where vintage is a whole nother level, because you got to know.
Right.
You got to know that that's cold to have.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you too new school and you don't know what you don't know.
Exactly.
Right. So you looking at things that just are hot right now.
Right.
But to know vintage, you look at it and you like, oh, that was hot back then, which now makes that hot now.
Exactly. And to rock something that was worn 20, 30 years ago and still to
facts.
make it look good today,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that says something within itself too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let me tell you, if there was some things I could get my paws on that I could move around in that from back when I was in high school, that would be fantastic.
Timber out here killing them.
Hey, I would, but I'm not going to lie. I don't do it. But I will say this. You know what I regret more than anything? I regret the fact that, like, I was buying them J's, and I grew up when it was original.
Yeah.
So the first pair,
Ooh,
I had a pair of the Terminators.
Okay.
So I didn't do the Jordans, but I did the Georgetowns.
Okay.
Right, which were the grays and blues.
Okay.
That were just like the first pair of J's, and and then I had I think I had a pair of the 3s original.
Okay.
And a pair of the 4s original and a pair of the 11s original.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just thinking, man,
those are all like the hottest ones. When people come in the store, they want those 3 or some Jordan 1s.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Back in my day, you wore them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
So they would have had all the creases and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I did not understand the market of retro shoes and how crazy it had gotten.
Yeah.
And until I was working at the university and I was wearing my J's and somebody was like, "Oh man, those are a pair of originals."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Yeah," and they were like, "Dude, you don't even understand." I was like, "Just some old J's, man, like some old Jordans and stuff."
Right.
Actually, I didn't even know they called them J's. I was taught they would call J's, right?
Right.
So I'm like, just some old Jordans and stuff, man. He's like, I was like, "How'd you know they were originals?" He's like, "The way the Jordan faces, man, they turned them around if they're the copies." I was like, "Oh man, this really is a thing."
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
we got guys like that out here in the world. I'm not at that point. I'm not quite like that, but I do love the story behind the shoes and all of that. But yeah, some people can look at them and give you the whole history and know exactly what year you got, what version it is, and like I said, the background behind it. I'm not that, but we need those guys. I appreciate those guys.
what made you realize that could be a business?
So actually, at one point, I was a manager at Champs. And when I was a manager at Champs, that's about the same time that the app StockX came about. And what StockX is, for people who don't know, is it's a sneaker market, like the stock market for sneakers and streetwear. So it actually shows people what shoes should be going for, because before StockX, people would just put whatever price on a shoe that they would want to. There's no telling how much a shoe's really worth. But now that there's markets out there, you can actually see it. So when I was a manager at Champs, that app came about. So I was able to see that the shoes that we were selling at $220 or whatever retail was at that point were selling for a lot more once they sold out. So that was like that started the hobby of selling shoes on the side, outside of my job. And, trying to sell one pair for a nice profit so you get your pair for free. It was never about like making money,
Right.
It didn't become about making money until me and my business partner were walking around the mall in end of 2019, early 2020, before COVID, and realized that there was nothing in Appleton to get, high-end sneakers. We have Shields, Champs, we had a few shoe stores, but nothing that you can get, Yeezys or the retro Jordans or even the crazier dunks at the point, So we knew we had to open up a shoe store, and that's when it became about the money, when it was about business.
Okay. But before it was about the fashion.
It's before, it was just about, just getting my shoes for free, because I put a lot of money into shoes for myself because, I love it. So I can get my shoe for free.
I know cats like that. That was like, all right, I got to buy 3 pairs of these J's. I'm going to sell 2 pair. It'll pay for my 1 pair. And that was a thing. That was a big thing for a while. And I had cats, where everybody was buying these stuff from?
Where?
Was the telemarketing place, Eastbay.
Yes.
And so it was all about having an inside friend at Eastbay that they would order early for you or know when they were being released and could get them like right at release.
Yeah.
And then you were getting hooked up.
Eastbay was the plug back then. I remember growing up having the magazines and just circling every shoe I wanted, and that was just like that was the way to get the shoes, because a lot of the time we weren't shopping online when Eastbay was around. You know, you weren't ordering shoes online. You were calling that magazine and getting those shoes, or if you knew somebody, you know, because we weren't in this area, at least we weren't fortunate enough to have the hottest shoes coming out compared to the bigger cities.
Eastbay was the plug.
Eastbay was it.
Yeah, and that call center was right here in Oshkosh.
Exactly.
So that was it. I don't know. Does Eastbay still exist?
Eastbay closed down a few years ago, and they were based out of Wisconsin.
Right.
So wherever, I forgot what city it was, but wherever it was at, they had a big sale, and they let a lot of people come in and clear house.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, they've been done for some years now.
Okay.
Sad to see, but
well, I know the call center was right here at in the mall. Mm-hmm. So, and I mean, that was a big part of, a lot of people from college worked in that call center.
I know a lot of people who work for Eastbay.
So, I don't know what happened there. It seemed like they was doing well, but maybe, I don't know.
Shoe market has changed.
Does it fluctuate a lot?
Oh, definitely. Just like any other market, the economy isn't in the best position right now. So shoe market isn't as crazy as what it was years ago.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm not going to go too far down this rabbit hole because I know we want to come back to it a little bit later. All right. But I wanted to flush some of that out because I just think that's crazy unique. And it is something we need in this region. Mm-hmm. Like, I think to have those options. And no, we don't have. Well, I don't know, because I'm not going to lie. I done got old, and I can't give them Jordan money no more. I just can't.
Why you say that?
Not with good conscience. But I'm not saying I don't have my own shoe issues, but they center around Timberlands.
Okay.
Which really ain't that much cheaper. Wait, it really ain't that much cheaper than Jordans. But
right. Oh, definitely not. Timberlands are $220 for the regular Timberland boot.
Hey, look. I'm finding them. I'm finding them in the right spaces for the right prices.
Okay.
But that is my weakness, is a good Timberland boot.
Timber and his Timberlands.
That's facts, man. All right. Q, let me ask you this. If you weren't doing what you do professionally right now, what would you be doing?
That's funny. Doing what I do professionally. I like that. I'd be firefighting, I played sports as a kid, a lot of sports, but, mainly basketball. So, of course, I had hoop dreams, just like every other basketball player growing up has. So,
did you have skills?
Of course, definitely.
You said what? You didn't even pause. You said of course.
I still do.
Oh.
But yeah, of course, if I was fortunate enough to make basketball work, that would have been the one. But if not, what I'm doing now, definitely firefighting.
Okay. Yeah, nah. Hey, what do you mean? I have to ask because everybody does not hold on to the balling skills. Uh-huh. And not everybody has balling skills.
Of course.
There's a lot of assumptions. I can tell you I was definitely one of those cats. I am a horrible basketball player. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Okay.
I had great athletic skill. Uh-huh. Like I could jump out the gym,
right,
all that, but I couldn't dribble. Uh-huh. And had no handles. I basically had to play a Dennis Rodman role, a short Dennis Rodman role. And even then I was small.
That's all good.
Hey, you need a dentist too.
You seen what Dennis did?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But at the end of the day, what you could do back in the day, particularly in some of these regions, because if I was around here, I was going to be the only black dude up on the court. Mm-hmm. I walk in with my J's, right, and they thinking I can play. There's been many a team that was very highly disappointed.
Who picked dude up? That's messed up.
I will say that. Hey, look, I'm just being real about it. It was a great advantage until it wasn't.
All right.
You can only get away with that one or two times, and then cats are like, "Nah, that dude can't play."
You can only hide on the court for so long.
That's right.
Before they figure it out.
That's right. All right. So firefighting is what we would be doing.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. You ready to jump into the first segment? We haven't even done the first segment. We about to though.
Okay.
All right,
bruh.
First segment is what in the world is going on with. That's where you start with the phrase "what in the world," and then you tell us what's on your mind. So, Q, what's on your mind?
Well, honestly, construction.
What?
Bruh.
Break that down.
I know I sound like everybody else. It's this time of the year. We live in Wisconsin. What they say? We got like 3 seasons or something like that, and construction's one of them.
Facts.
And it's construction season right now.
Oh, and facts.
It is making me so mad. I do a lot of driving, doing a lot of, buying a lot of shoes from people, whether it's local or, out of, Milwaukee or any other bigger city. And even getting here today, there was so much construction. So it's fresh on my mind. So what in the world is going on with it?
Facts, man. Like, I think people really do. Like, I will say this, but I will give credit to construction that I've noticed is, they do this thing now where they do a lot of it at night, where they
like
shut. They do. If you go around at night, they shut down lanes at night.
I appreciate that.
And then they
what
really
time
do.
at night? They shutting these roads down, because I think I seen one time they're shutting it on at 7 p.m. and that's too early.
Well,
That's not night.
Well, 7 p.m. might be the prep for the night work, right? Because you got to get the cones out there and all of that kind of stuff.
I get that.
You got to get the people in place.
People got to do their job.
Yeah, they do got to do their job.
But
Bruh.
when I'm on social media and I see these videos of Japan getting construction done in 48 hours or 1 week, it's like, what's up with the people in Appleton? How come, and Oshkosh, like, how come they can't get their construction done in 1 week?
Look,
And I feel like they fixing stuff that they just fixed. What's going on? I understand the Super Bowl is coming next year to Green Bay.
Oh, you mean the draft?
Did I say the draft? Not
The
the
draft.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, the draft is coming. Yeah,
It'd be nice at a Super Bowl.
it would be nice, but I don't think we can qualify.
Oh no, definitely. We couldn't even get the All-Star game in Milwaukee.
What you mean?
We tried to get the All-Star game in Milwaukee for the NBA.
Oh, I think we getting that.
I think we will eventually get it, but we tried to get it for, I think, next year.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It didn't go through.
Yeah.
So, but no, the draft is coming.
Right.
And I know that's going to be a big deal.
Oh yeah, that's big.
So I'm ready for that.
I don't even know if we know how crazy that's gonna be, but the draft gonna be crazy.
It will be nuts.
Yeah. You figuring out how to get involved in that?
We'll figure it out.
They're having these things right now.
This thing.
These workshops to try to help businesses of color in particular get tied into the draft, so they can make sure, because there's a certain percentage of monies that have to be spent.
Yeah.
And so they're having all of these workshops about it.
Well, send me the information.
Oh.
Or I'll look into it.
You both,
Yeah. Sure.
we here at the Kosh,
Bruh.
we are a resource too.
Yes.
We be trying to share the information.
Appreciate that.
Okay, so construction, huh? That's fair. And you know what? It is like we have warm weather, we have cold weather, and then we have construction weather, which is year round.
Exactly.
Well, maybe
Well,
not so much in the winter.
Yeah, you can't really do construction.
Not hardcore construction. That's fair. Okay. I will say right now, I haven't had many gripes, even though the stuff that they're doing on 41 right now is a little buck. It's a little buck wild.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Getting down to one lane at times.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do it.
And you know what? What I'm going to say is, people, if you know the construction is coming up, can we quit playing the squeeze in game?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Let's just be smart.
Let's be courteous.
Yeah.
I think it's beyond being smart, because it's coming. They're telling you way back, hey, this lane gonna close. But nah, you think you got to go ahead and speed racer up and then try to squeeze in, and then that slows everybody else up. That's how the backup happens.
Right. Just slowing everybody down.
Just being
Because you ain't courteous.
facts. Okay, I like that one. All right.
What's your gripe?
What in the world is going on with all of this media surrounding our president's age, period.
Bruh.
Here's my thing. Look, my man is old.
Yo.
We knew he was old when we knew he was old the last time we picked him. We know he's old now.
He older.
Right. We know when we decided to make him the candidate that he was old. Why are people acting like all of a sudden we should throw up all these red flags because he's showing signs that he's
old?
Right. That's it. It ain't nothing else other than showing that he's old.
Right.
His morals ain't changed. His character ain't changed. You know, all he's shown is being old. But we knew he was old.
We knew that.
So why are we acting like all of a sudden we got to get somebody else?
Because he old?
Yeah. When we knew he was old from jump.
Right.
Make that make sense.
I do think it's funny. Did he say moving events up prior to 8 p.m. so he's not sleepy?
Hey, look,
That is funny.
Wait, yeah, but I would that could have happened at 30.
Yeah, exactly.
That didn't have to take the 80.
Hey, I'm sleepy all day. So
look, 9 o'clock is a good bedtime. I don't know what anybody else trying to say.
right,
Period.
right,
So if my guy moving it up, he's saying, all right, I'm gonna move it up. It ain't gonna be past this time. That gives me about an hour. I'm gonna be out cold by 9.
right. It ain't like Trump that young. How old is Trump?
He 4 years younger than dude.
I'm about to say he old too.
He is old. Wait, he old, and there's some challenges there.
Yeah.
There's some character challenges there. And so I just don't get this. Like everybody's acting like, oh my God, you know, and I get it. There was that debate. Did the debate look good? No. But you know what he looked like in the debate? He looked old.
Bruh.
Why are we tripping?
Right. We knew that
We knew that.
years ago.
Is he going to stutter through some stuff? Mm-hmm. Is he going to forget a few things? Mm-hmm. Do I care about that? No, I don't.
Right.
You know why? Because, hey, there's a whole bureaucracy of people that help make the things run.
Right.
This is just one dude.
Right.
An important person. I'm not saying he's not important, and I'm not saying the role's not important. I'm saying it's very important, but nonetheless, I'm not tripping because it was baked in, right?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, he was old
Oh,
the whole time.
yeah. We can't keep complaining about him being old when we knew he was old.
That's exactly it.
They both old.
I just don't
Both
get
chose
that.
these people.
Right. I just don't get why are we in a frenzy? Why is our hair on fire? Why are we acting like, oh my God, he can't, this is not gonna work. I don't want No. I just the math don't math to me.
Right.
We were given the equation and we chose it.
How old is he?
I think he's 82,
82?
something like that.
86 when he done?
Something like that. Is something
old.
like that. He's old.
He's old, but we knew that.
Right. But we went into it knowing. We went into knowing both of them's old.
Right.
No, there was no young cats put forward.
Uh-huh.
Or there was no young cats chosen.
Exactly.
Let me rephrase that. It's not that there wasn't young people put forward. The other side had a young person that was put forward, and
They went with the old dude.
they went with the old dude. So why you complaining about our old dude?
Right.
Stop it. And why is the media so up in arms about this? Like, because I believe they're really the ones stoking this fire.
They gotta find something, right?
They can find something else because we knew he was old.
Right.
You reporting the obvious, and then you acting like I think he's too old. No, don't try to play like he was too old. Now,
Right.
this is like I
Is he
feel
too old? Like, it's too late. It's too late.
it was too late.
We here now.
Right? It's already been chosen.
Right.
Like he's already been picked for the squad. You guys know contract signed.
Is that you when you get out there on the basketball court? They thinking like, is he too old? You're like, nope, we here. We here now.
You got-
we got
hey.
him on the team.
Wait, at that point, you got to go ahead and run the game.
Yeah.
That might have been how some of the players felt about me being on their team.
They're like, no, we here. We here now.
Said, sorry, man, I'm in your 5. You just
No,
gonna have to
you
just.
seen me. You knew I was. You knew my age. You seen me. You picked me up. Don't be mad. I'm old now.
That's right. I'm just saying. So I'm frustrated with it because I think they're going to mess this all up. And I think all of this hyperbole centered around his age. And we ain't really talking about some pretty serious issues at hand, right? Some pretty serious things that have happened. Some pretty serious categorical things like, I don't know about you, but I find it uniquely interesting that I have grown up my whole life and that if you were a felon, then nobody won't mess with you, particularly professionally.
Right.
Right. It was really difficult to professionally pull yourself out of that scenario unless you became an entrepreneur or you found the right field where those things didn't matter. And you know what? And when it was others of different demographic categories, opportunity was not. Opportunity and exceptions were not made.
Right.
But now we like, nah, they can be prez. What? Please.
Crazy, right?
Make that math for me.
The science ain't science.
You've seen it, right?
Right.
Am I wrong about what I'm saying?
I have. I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong at all.
And all I'm saying is like all of a sudden that's okay.
Right.
All of a sudden felonies.
I really don't know how we got to this point.
Right?
Like, let's go back and find, like, where did it start?
It didn't start that long ago. That's the problem. You ain't got to look that far.
Yeah. That's wild.
To me, it is. I do. I'm just saying. I would say I got good friends, close friends who are good people with good character who then made some mistakes and ended up with a being justice aligned and might got a felony out there on them, right?
Right.
And
now they judged.
Well, they not by us, right? But they aren't afforded always the same opportunity, right? Because they are judged by mistakes of youth or whatever, right?
Right.
But other people,
they don't look the same way for them.
Wait, we ain't even talking about it.
Yeah.
It's just like, meh.
Just turn the other cheek.
It ain't even turning the other cheek. They ain't even an acknowledgement that it doesn't happen.
All right.
But we talking about old. Let me think about this.
That's what you want to talk about.
Yeah, right. We want to talk about old.
The old dude.
That's been old. He was old the whole time.
We knew that.
Right. Baked in. Now, there's people that wasn't a felon the whole time.
Right.
That's new info. That's a new category. We ain't talking about that.
Right.
We talking about old.
Old as well.
Ooh.
That person's old as well.
Old felon.
Yeah.
Man. So that's all I'm going to say. That's my what in the world's going on with. I'm sorry there, Kosh listeners, that I probably ranted about that a little too long. But as you can tell, I have feelings about it. All right, we done with it.
Bruh.
Okay, now we really going to get into it. The next segment is called 21 Questions. 21 Questions isn't 21 questions. But
Is there actually 21 questions?
No.
I didn't think I seen 21 questions.
No, they ain't 21 questions. There is several questions, but because these are such good questions, they might provoke 21 answers. You ready to jump in?
Ask away.
Let's get it. Q,
Yes, sir.
what are you grateful for?
That's a tough one because it's just like I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful for the people around me. I'm grateful for my conscience. I'll say that. That's a conversation I had recently with somebody, with my business partner actually, and just talking about like being grateful for having a good conscience because there's people out here who just don't think about just being a good person and just doing the right thing, and not for some like reward in the afterlife or a reward later on in life or whatever it is, or just counting favors, just having a good conscience, just being a good person. That's what I'm grateful for. Because there's definitely people who don't have it, and to me, that's such a wild thing to say. Cause just to think that like, how can you just like not wake up and just be like, I'm gonna be a good person and just do good things for people.
What motivates you?
I think life motivates me because experiences and not so much like material things, but just like having, things in life that you didn't once have motivates that motivates me. Just going through life because like there's ups, there's downs, but just knowing that like you keep going, like life's going, everything always fixes itself. You just keep working, keep going, chop wood, fetch water. So I just think like just the everyday things in life motivate me for sure.
What grounds you?
I would say family for sure. Family grounds me. Being able to spend time with people who don't care what I do or who I am or what I mean or to the masses or anything like that. Just they just happy to see me and just to be with me. So and they keep me humble and keep me grounded.
What does success look like to you?
That is a tough question. I think I'm such a glass half full type person that like even if somebody were to look at me and be like, "Oh, he's successful," or anything like that, I just think like you gotta, I don't know, I don't know, you gotta keep going. I think success is happiness. I think if you are happy with where you are and what you're doing, I think you're successful because that's the goal, right? Like to be happy, to live a good life and the way that you want to, because people come in my store all the time and they look at the prices of the shoes and they're like, whoa, that's crazy. And I just, break it down to them like, hey, well, what are you into? And then we come to find out that they have a whole room in their house and it's got guns in it, and they like to spend a lot of money on guns. And it's like, well, I don't own a gun at all. That's not my thing. So if those things make you happy, then do those things, and in turn, I think you'll live a successful life, or you can look at yourself as successful.
That's such a good correlation. Like everybody's got their thing.
Everybody got their thing. Be happy with your thing.
What irritates you?
That's another tough. I think a lot of these are tough questions.
Well, it's 21 questions, and just
What irritates me? I'm not irritated. I'm not an irritated person. I think I laugh at a lot of things, when things that are supposed to be, irritating to most people. I think I just laugh them off. Let's go with construction again. Construction irritates me. It really does. I don't think so. I tried to be here 15 to 20 minutes early. I end up showing up 5 minutes early because of construction. So I'm a punctual person. I like to be on time to everything. So me being only 5 minutes early, I feel like I wasn't on time at all. To properly get here and chop it up and enjoy the morning with you before we jumped into the pod. So it's still fresh on my mind.
Okay.
So just a easy cop out would be construction.
Wait, I'm gonna re-ask this in another way. Do you have any pet peeves?
That's what I don't know. I don't think. I'm sure I do, but I can't think of nothing right now that's like, oh, that really gets to me.
All right,
I think there'd be something that like in the moment, something might happen.
That's fair.
And I'm gonna think about it later and be like, that's the one.
That's the one.
I'm gonna text you later.
Okay.
Like,
well, you know what?
My pet peeve is this.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave it open, and if it pops in your head, so anywhere in the pod, then we're gonna talk about it. Yeah. So it's an open door. All right. What scares you?
What scares me? I think what scares me is not being, how can I word this? Not being the person that like, the 5-year-old or the 8-year-old or the 10 or the 15-year-old person thought I was going to be, Like, of course, my basketball dreams didn't work out, but I still thought I would always be like a pretty cool person, you know? So that I think that scares me is not being that person, but I think and that's what motivates me too as well, is to make sure that like my biggest fear doesn't come true, that I become like this just person. You know what I mean?
What recharges your soul?
I think spending time with family and friends, and also playing basketball. I think those are times where I don't think about what's going on with life, my personal life, or like my business or anything like that. It's just for basketball, those 2 hours that I'm playing, like it's recharging me, because for those 2 hours I'm about to just get out there and do what I do with some people who can also do what they do as well, and the competition is fun. And then, once we done with that, you step back into reality.
How do you define love?
Damn, I didn't read that question. I wish I would have read that earlier so I can prepare for that one. That's deep.
Hey, 21 questions.
Yeah, let's come back to that one for sure.
You want to come back to that?
Let's come back to that one.
Okay. We gonna come back. All right.
Wait, cause like I'm just sitting there thinking like, I don't even, love is like that's an action, So like I feel like I can't even put love into words. Like I think love is you show love, and I think your actions show love. So I think that like that's what it is. I can't say like you can tell somebody you love them all you want, or you can say you love something all you want, but like if the actions don't follow, then that's not love. So I think love, if that's an answer right there, love is an action.
Then let me ask you this: what are the actions that define love?
Trustworthy, being able to be somebody you can depend on, just being there for people when they need it or when they don't think they need it as well.
Facts.
So
okay,
that's love.
That's love. Okay. You know what? I feel like you're gonna think about this some more. So I'm gonna put the same pin in this that I put in to the what irritates you. If something pops up in this episode and you come back into it,
for sure,
we're gonna come back to it. Okay. Last question for 21 questions. What is the most memorable life lesson you learned from a parent, a guardian, or a mentor?
Me and my pops are really, really, really tight. That's my homie right there for sure. And when I was younger, he definitely taught me that not in a bad way, but like your feelings don't matter. Like how you feel about something, like it don't matter. Like nobody cares. Work harder. You know what I mean? And that was a really good lesson, because everybody has things that they're going through as well. And to think that like everybody's gonna be caring about what you're going through when they got something that they're going through is like, come on, bro. Like you gotta work, whatever it is. So, and not to be like, oh, your feelings don't matter, but it's like, cause they do, but just in a way, just meaning that like nobody's gonna have a pity party for you,
right?
So whatever adversity you facing is like, that's your adversity. Face it. Get through it, because you can.
Q, you have survived 21 questions with some caveats.
Yes.
That's right. We're going to come back if need be, if anything pops up. All right. Next segment is called Word Association. This is where I'm going to say some words, and you tell us what comes to mind. All right. And here at the Kosh, we have a tradition. And that tradition is this: we always start off with the same word. And that is the word of family. That is the word of love. That is the word of unity. That word is food.
Right now, soul food. That's the first thing that comes to mind. That's when people talk food, I think of like my favorite food, and it's definitely soul food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we like? What's the favorite dish in the soul food selection?
Everybody's obvious answer. It's the Mac.
It's the Mac.
It's the Mac. It's everybody's answer. Like,
See, but that's
it's a
not.
side. Like, and it's everybody's favorite. It goes a long way.
See, my favorite would have been the greens.
See, the greens are maybe two or three.
Two or three.
Two or three.
Two
Top
or
three,
three.
though.
Yeah,
Top three. For
top
sure.
three. Yeah, but the Mac, huh?
The Mac.
Okay. See, Mac is one of those things. You gotta have somebody that really know what they're doing with it.
Mm-hmm. It's a big job to have.
It's an important job.
It's an important job. You got the person on the grill, and the person that do the Mac.
Bruh.
Them two right there. So Timber, you got a really important job today.
I'm gonna have an important job today. You know,
Is somebody on the Mac duty today?
I don't
Is
know.
that going to be made?
I don't know if Mac is gonna be in today's options.
Does take some time.
You know, that's what I'm gonna say. Grill duties handled, but the sides, I tend not to get involved in the side menu options unless there's something really specific I want.
Yeah.
There are no bad sides in the Smith household. You know, I done been married a long time. That we have a great understanding. So, okay, soul food, cocktail or beer.
Is that like a this or that?
No, it's more of a word association. So think of it more of a category.
I'm not much of a drinker, but if I do drink, I'm a Moscow Mule. Like, so that's the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay. Do we got a favorite one? Do we got a favorite place we like to get one?
No, I don't have a favorite place. Let me think of some places I have gotten a good Moscow Mule from, actually. We can quickly shout them out. On College Avenue in Appleton, there's a place called Mill City.
Ooh, I like that joint.
Yeah, they make a great mule.
I love how that place smells. Like when you walk up on it, it just smells like smoked, yummy food.
Yeah, they smoke a lot of the meats.
Yeah, like so, I smell that. Like I've driven past there and was like, "What is that?"
Yeah. Shout out to those guys over there. Great place. One more I'd say is Rye. I like Rye. There's another place on College Avenue. They make a great mule as well. So just two places. I can keep going, but we'll just leave it at that. Like I said, I'm not much of a drinker, but when I do drink it, that's the way to go.
Okay, I feel Rye. I only go to Rye when I'm in those bougie moods.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely one of those.
Yeah, you got to be on. I got to be on one.
Yeah. And that's usually when I'm drinking, like when I'm going out for a dinner or something like that. I'll have a drink with the dinner.
Exactly. Okay. Shop local.
Division 1.
Hey.
Of course. The best shoe store in the nation.
What would you, let's take a moment. And what would you like to tell people who don't understand? Or if there was somebody that was just wondering the why Division 1?
Why should they shop Division 1?
Yeah, why should they come check it out?
Because it's a very dope place. It's a very well thought place. It's a place that solves a problem in a area. It's a place that's based on community. A lot of people. Division 1 means a lot to a lot of people. They come in and they meet. We have the Champion Center. It's a meeting place for a lot of people. A lot of people meet up. And they're in there shopping, and they see a friend that they haven't seen in a while, and next thing you know, they're sitting down on our couch in the back, and they're having a conversation. So it's a really cool place. And if you're into sneakers and streetwear, you'll appreciate the time and the effort that goes into everything inside of Division 1.
You've built community. You've built a third space.
Exactly. We definitely built a space that. I know there's some kids that started selling to us when they were 14, and we've been open for almost 4 years now, and they're 18, and they're going to college, because they want to go to college for something business related, because they want to do what we're doing, you know, and that started from them seeing Division 1 right away when they started high school and being able to shop there all their high school. I wish I had something like Division 1 when I was growing up. We didn't have anything like that. Like a fashionable meetup place where you can just go and chop it up and just talk to the people behind the counter, talk to the people that's in the store. There's all types of things that we play on TV.
You seem real accessible too. So like,
Definitely.
even though you're the owner,
Yeah.
Like people can, or co-owner. I don't want to disrespect your partner. That they don't get an opportunity to chop it up with you.
Come up in there, you might see me and Matt working in there. Chop it up with us.
Like that's
Ask
cool.
Whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Concert.
Most recently, I just went to a Bryson Tiller concert. He was here in Milwaukee for Summerfest, so we went to that. That was amazing. Me and some homies. Bryson Tiller is one of my favorite artists. So
He's nice.
yeah,
It was
nice.
I ain't heard a lot of his stuff, but what I've heard, I've liked.
Yeah.
It was a good concert.
It was a good show. It was a short show because it's Summerfest, so he doesn't go on for a long time. I think it was like an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, but it was worth it. We were front row. It was a vibe for sure.
Okay. What's your favorite concert you ever been to?
Favorite concert? Ooh, it would have to be Travis Scott at the Rave. That in some years back. This will probably be like 2016. Travis Scott was like, I mean, he's a pretty big deal in the music world and especially in the fashion world as well. When people come in and like, what's your most expensive shoe? Half the time, more than half the time, almost all the time, it's a Travis Scott shoe that we have in the store. So it's kind of crazy how that goes, how, a big fan of him I was just on the music scene in 2016, 2017, not thinking that like, he's going to be a reason I make a lot of money off of some of these shoes that he sells because some of those shoes sell for so much. We have a shoe that's $2,200 by him in the store right now. So
that's crazy.
But to answer that question, yeah, I went to one of his shows in Milwaukee. It was a smaller at the Rave. It was like it's not a small venue, but I think for him it was a pretty small venue, and that place was packed out, and him crowd surfing and just all the antics and all the people he brings. It was the craziest thing I ever seen.
Okay. I'm going to be honest. I don't know anything about Travis Scott.
That's okay.
No, no, it's got to be okay. I'm just saying, like, I hear so much about him, and I know he does have this huge following.
Exactly.
But I don't feel like there's been a breakout like radio Travis Scott song or something that I could put my that I could put my finger on and be like, oh, that's Travis Scott. Like right. I just haven't. I don't understand the big following right. in a sense, but I just haven't heard anything. But I'm not gonna lie, I don't do new school as much as I do old school.
Who's your favorite artist?
Artists?
Yeah, or like give me like three people that you like
Outkast.
to listen to. Okay.
Outkast, hardcore. Outkast all day. And then I got Biggie.
Okay.
Hands down, like I feel like Biggie's the greatest storyteller. I think Andre 3000 is the greatest lyricist. Mm-hmm. If I'm gonna go further back, like I'm an insane Redman fan.
Okay.
But if I'm gonna bring it back to more current times, I don't think we give enough credit to Kanye.
Okay.
Like, I think Kanye is crazy.
He is crazy.
And, like, I love, like, there's an authenticity to the things that Kanye, when he makes a song, like, he just be talking about life. But Andre 3000 kind of does those same things, too. Mm-hmm. So, that's kind of where I'm at in it.
Kanye's in the same vein as, like, Travis Scott is for me and, like, my life, just being like somebody that a fan of in music, not thinking that later on in life that I'm going to be selling his shoes. And, so even though the whole Adidas Kanye thing is like done, his shoes are still very sought after. So I appreciate Kanye a lot too. Although he is a little wild.
You say Kanye good for business?
Yeah.
That's fair. Streaming.
What do I think? Think the Kosh. Stream the Kosh.
Stream the Kosh.
Yeah, listen to all the episodes.
Hey, look, I appreciate that. The one thing what I understand about what we've created in this platform is it's a commitment. Because this ain't something you can just dip in and dip out.
No,
we got an hour to two. Even over two sometimes, but you know what you're going to get? You're going to get a full conversation and understanding of the people in our community.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I think that's special.
All right.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship.
I think everybody should be an entrepreneur in some way, because I think it's doable. So when I just hear that word, I think people just think like it's just like a certain type of person. Like you got to have that within you. But I think everybody should have like some type of hobby or something that they get into, and you should always try to like make your, try to make some type of money from your hobby, So when I think entrepreneurship, I just think everybody should be an entrepreneur in some type of way.
What do you think people misunderstand about entrepreneurship? Because I think people that don't do it, I think there's fear, right? Because most things that happen, they say not starting is the number one killer of entrepreneurship, right? So what do you think keeps people from not starting? Or what do you think the misunderstanding or the myth is that people have about being an entrepreneur?
Like you said, fear. I think sometimes it could be just laziness. And another thing is just lack of knowledge, just not thinking that they can do it, or thinking that it's like a lot harder than what it is.
I think that's really a big point.
If you find out how easy it is to start an LLC and to, what is your hobby, and then finding a way to do something based off of your hobby, because then at that point, it don't feel like work or whatever. So I think that's what it really is, just like lack of knowledge that like you can do it, and it is not that hard, it's work, but so is like what you doing when you not being an entrepreneur, you working. So
I do think there's a misunderstanding. I think the idea sounds overwhelming, and then I think people talk in ways, there's always those people in life who tell you can and motivate, and then you also have the naysayers. I don't know who would buy that. I don't know who would use that service. I don't know, and that stuff, that energy is powerful.
It is. But like, you can't let those people stop you. You and if anything, you need those people. You know what I mean? Like, the balance needs to be there. You can't have everybody in your corner like, yeah, go timber, like, because it's not real. This ain't a movie. That's not how things go. So, like, somebody say something bad, like, take it on the chest, and keep moving. Maybe a little 10% of what they saying has a little bit of truth in it, and take that, grow with it, and keep pushing. But at the end of the day, like, you can't be thinking about what nobody else care about, like, especially when you're talking about like what you're passionate about,
I also have this philosophy that you're doing well when you actually have haters.
Exactly. Exactly.
When you actually have haters, you must be somewhat successful.
That's funny you say that. Years ago, I think we were like a year and a half in. Somebody made a Division I hate page, like, and it was literally just that. It was an Instagram page, and it was called Division I hate. And I hate to shine light on it, but it was funny because once it was made, we like looked at each other. We was like, bro, we made it. Like, what I'm saying? Like, somebody went out of their way to make a page that literally says Division I hate. And it was so funny. I appreciated the amount of people that like screenshot it and sent it to me. It was like, bro, I'm reporting this right now. This is crazy. Like, and I was like, no, man, don't worry about it. Like, whatever. Let them do them. Like, I don't feel no type of way. But they now letting me know that like I must be doing something right.
Do they? Did you know who they were?
Yeah, we knew who it was the whole time. It was a joke.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't. They were serious, but whatever. We didn't care.
Yeah, I didn't get no energy to it.
No energy whatsoever. I did watch to see who followed. Nobody followed.
Oh, that is hilarious. Wow. That's a lot of energy to have to create a
It is.
like.
Like if you go do all of that, like whatever you was that mad about, you probably gotta hit me up about it. And then like, yo,
Just hit you up,
yeah,
had a conversation.
right. And the whole time, like that person was wrong. Everybody knew that person was wrong. We didn't go talk about that person, but it was just something that was made. That was like you said, like once you get some haters, that's when you know you made it. Because if everybody loving on you and supporting, like that ain't real.
That ain't real.
That ain't real.
Right. Okay. Diversity.
Love diversity. We need more of it. This area has gotten way more diverse compared to when I moved here originally in 2002 or 2003. Shout out to Lona. I didn't listen to her episode. I know she spoke about that for a little bit too, just when she moved up here as well. Just, you know, how the area was compared to how the area is now. You know, the area has grown a lot. I love to see it. I love to see it. And I think it's gonna keep growing and keep getting more diverse. But
Oh, hands down. Yeah.
diversity is beautiful.
Wait, now this is one of those that the jack is out the box.
Mm-hmm.
There is no turning back.
Oh no, it's too late.
Yeah,
Here.
the community will continue to grow in multiple directions.
Yeah, we here, they here, they here, they here.
Everybody here.
Everybody here. We
That's
here
right.
now.
So
And it's
now,
beautiful.
now it's about, and here's the thing: it's past the critical mass point of trying to ignore and say there's not. No, there is. There's more than enough people representation. There's more than enough representation that now the work is we've got to make sure that different voices are heard and different considerations are put in place during planning processes as we move forward with different things, because this is who and what community is now.
Right. And definitely would love to see the area keep growing and adjusting to the diversity in the area, so, you know, businesses that represent the diversity coming into the area, even down to the school programs, you know, teaching the proper teachings, you know, with all the different walks of life that are moving into the area. So seeing all of that happen as well will be nice. Like, oh, okay, we got a bunch of different races of people moving into the area, but like that's all that happened was like we just living here cool now. Like, no, let's educate everybody on it now too, you know. That's one thing. I'm definitely big on like just learning about other people's culture as well. You know, that comes with diversity. Is like, all right, they live here, but they being whoever the other race that you aren't, and you know, adjusting and accepting and learning about them and you know what they do, and then also having things here that represent them or us.
Facts. That's the premise of the Kosh. You got to know your neighbors. Let's learn about each other.
Exactly.
You know, and I mean, no, on a more personal, intimate level where you're not making stereotypical assumptions. Instead, you're actually hearing authentic stories from individuals and understanding why they're here, what they do here, how they fit, how they're contributing, what their challenges are, where they could use assistance. All of those, you know,
Exactly.
we have all those in these conversations, and I just think that if we listen to each other, we find out the first thing we find out when we listen to each other, we're really not that different
At all.
And then you start figuring out, oh, really, we're that similar? Well, you know what? I can vibe with that. I can get down with that. I didn't understand that. I can hang out with that.
Right. I identify with that.
Facts. All right. Next segment is called the Kosh Hidden Gems. Kosh Hidden Gems is an opportunity to share a hidden gem. Doesn't have to be in the Kosh itself, but it's a hidden gem. Maybe everybody knows about it, but maybe they don't know some details about it, or maybe it's something you don't think a lot of people know about. Q, what's your hidden gem?
Oh man, that is tough. Can I use this time to talk about Division 1? Hidden gem. Nah.
Hey, you can. Wait, you totally can.
No, I want to. Jeez, what do you think is a hidden gem? Do you have any?
Here's what I'm
I'm sure you've shared plenty of hidden gems, but now you got to.
What people usually, they have them, but what I'm going to tell, well, here's how I'm going to frame it for you, and I think this will help. All right, you have a network of entrepreneurs that speak very highly of you, and so there, I know there's relationship there. Pick one of them.
Okay, so there's really two businesses that I come to, or I think of, and I think of Oshkosh.
And wait, it doesn't have to be Oshkosh. It's the whole region.
The whole region.
Yeah, we just call it Kosh Hidden Gems because this is the Kosh. But you can pick it. It does not have. What?
I'm gonna shout out my boy Cam. He owns a gym in Appleton. I think it's on College Avenue.
It is.
It is? Okay. The Culture?
Yes.
Yes. Have you? So you're aware of him? I think. Has he been on the pod?
No.
I think you need to have him for sure, and I can assist you in that. Or it sounds like you already got a connection there, so you can already.
Cam is the Titan from UWO. Cam actually, trust me, we have a good relationship.
Yes. So I think that's a hidden gem. I know it is a newer gym. I think they've been open for it probably hasn't only been a year yet. Probably hasn't even been a year yet that gym has been up and running, and it's a great gym. It's athlete specific, like, so if you're a real athlete and you want to go in there and really get strong and hone in on your craft, that's the perfect place to be. But it's also grown to the point where just the everyday person that wants to go in and just get a nice workout can also go in there as well. And they got everything from boxing to turf to they even got a barber in there. Shout out to Peter Best. That's the homie as well. Paris. He has a studio inside of there as well, and he can cut anybody's hair. He's definitely a master barber. That dude is nice with it. So hidden gem, the Culture. Culture the Gym, I think it's called. I'm sorry.
It's the Culture.
The Culture, yeah. There it is.
All right. Yeah, I had went to it, and I know Cam. Actually I haven't heard because I thought Cam was moving around.
Cam was back and forth from here to Kentucky, I think it was.
Right, because he's got church things happening.
Yes, him and his father and his family.
And his fam, right? And so a big shout out to Cam and his family. Yeah, no. I know Cam.
Yeah, that's what's up. Good people.
Yeah, very good people. And I didn't know what was happening with the Culture, but I keep hearing more people talking about it. Mm-hmm. Because I know he was in there teaching particularly football things.
Yep.
Right, and that was his whole thing as a defensive back, or was it a defensive back, a defensive end? Maybe that was
defensive back, wide receiver type deal.
Yeah, and and I had been there for they had an event, and I forgot whether it might have been an open house or for something. And I was like, oh wow, this is nice.
Mm-hmm. Definitely nice facility.
Yeah, and now they done installed a barber too.
Yeah, and they had a few open areas in there where they can fit whatever they wanted to fit. So having a private studio for a barber, it's a perfect space for P.
Okay, all right. Well, big shout out to Cam family. Big shout out to Paris.
Yes.
No ifs, ands, or buts there.
Yes.
See, that was a good hidden gem.
It was.
Yeah, that was solid.
It was.
Well, you know what we're going to do at this time? We're going to take a small commercial break.
Did you know there are children in the Fox Valley in need of hearing aids, but their parents struggle to provide them because of lack of insurance or high copays? I am Juliette Sturkins, audiologist and board member of Here in the Fox Cities, and proud that this small local nonprofit organization has helped fund hearing aids for some 30 kids. Your donation would help more children hear. Visit hereinthefoxcities.org to learn more and to see their smiles. Every child deserves to hear.
All right, we are back. And you know what? I keep saying, for this particular segment, which is my favorite segment of the Kosh, I'm gonna have to get some nice intro music for this. I'm gonna figure this out. I actually just bought a license, so we're about to upgrade the Kosh. We're about to transform the Kosh on some next level stuff here in the near future. But in the meantime, the next segment is my favorite segment, and it's called Story Time. And what Story Time is an opportunity for our guests to tell the Kosh listeners a story. And that story can be about absolutely anything. So, Q, what do you got for us?
So this was very difficult. Very difficult to think of something that would be entertaining and just cool enough for story time. So I think one of the craziest things that ever happened to me and my business partner since Division One, there's been wild things that's happened, of course. But so we were going to a sneaker event called SneakerCon, and this event was in Cleveland, Ohio. So I'm not even sure how far of a drive that was. I think it was 8 hours, something in that vein. So on the way there, it's midnight. There's we start seeing smoke on the highway. Just thinking it's maybe something, a fire. If it is anything bad, it's a fire off to the side, right? Little did we know that we were probably a football length, like 100 yards away from like a head-to-head semi-collision, right? So the smoke just, it was faint smoke, and then it got really dark. So we're sitting there, and this fire gets worse and worse and worse. This traffic is building up like crazy, and now it's like it's a full-on fire. We can see, but the traffic is built up so much behind us that like we're stuck. There's nowhere to go. So we're sitting on this highway for hours. When I say hours, I mean we ended up falling asleep in the car on the highway, and I think we ended up getting woke up at like 4:30 in the morning, 5 in the morning. Some firefighters knocked on the window and was like, hey, you guys are good to reverse out of here. And that was the only way to do it. You couldn't even like make a Y turn or anything to drive out. So we had to reverse about a half a mile to the nearest exit, and then take that exit, and they made some makeshift road or whatever that we can get to one of those side roads that then gets us back to the highway, all because it's head-on collision. So because of that, it pushed us hours back. So when we finally got to, and I don't even know where we were at that point. We were hours away from Cleveland though, so it wasn't like we were close. So we still had to drive. We were already tired too, but luckily we got a few hours in the car of sleep. So when we get to Cleveland, we had to get into our Airbnb, change our clothes because we're about to go to a sneaker event. So you just can't be wearing like our traveling clothes that we were wearing in the car. And we have to load up we're vending at this sneaker event. It's SneakerCon's one of the biggest sneaker events in the nation. They travel probably in the world now. They travel worldwide with this event. So we got to SneakerCon and barely made it in time, and we ended up having one of the craziest events that we ever been a part of. We were featured on 2J's YouTube channel, who was probably like the Michael Jordan to what we do as far as in having sneaker stores. He actually had features like 3 times in one of his YouTube videos. So for that event to go like that, where we went from sleeping on the highway for a couple of hours because of the head-on semi-collision to barely making it to SneakerCon and setting up in time, because like they have a time limit for you to set up. If you don't set up in time, like we not finna let you set up. You gotta go now because all these people about to come in and shop. So we got set up, had a great event, and on the way back, we thought about it and was like, hey, let's see like where that collision was. And on the way back, you can see the semi was still on the side of the road, like the one that burnt up. It was crazy.
For real?
You could see the train. You could see the tracks from the one semi driver. He clearly like fell asleep behind the wheel. He went through the median, hit the other semi, and it was a done deal from there. So probably one of the craziest things we ever seen, because we didn't see the collision because it was so dark, and we were a little bit of ways away.
Right.
But we seen the smoke, and traffic was just like coming to a complete stop right away. So we were pretty close to it. It was one of the craziest things ever.
All right. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I can visualize this. Like that's
Right.
And semis scare me
They're crazy
because that's so much power.
So much power.
You know what I mean? So like two semis hitting each other, man.
Yeah.
I don't want no parts of that.
None of it. And we were, like I said, we were pretty close to it.
Yeah. But okay, but it had a good ending in the end.
For us.
Yeah, this is true. I'm not saying it had a good ending for those involved in the
For
accident.
Matt and myself.
Facts.
I can't speak for either of the people in the semis or anybody who was closer to the crash than us.
It's true.
So,
all right. Okay. Well, now it is time. All right, Q. It is time for the topic of the week. Topic of the week is selected by our guest 99.9% of the time, and this week is no different. So, Q, what is our topic of the week?
I mean, you know me. I love talking about, I truly made my business something that is a true hobby of mine. So I love talking about sneakers and streetwear.
Then let's do it, because you know what? And I love that we've talked about different facets of it throughout the episode, right? Let's jump in.
Yeah. So I guess I would love to take this time to inform you too. So like, I guess I want to get a feel for like, what do you know about streetwear and sneakers?
I'm going to say not much in recent time.
Not much.
Right. Because I would say like there was a time, when I would care a lot more about like what I would call being fashionable. Right. And I was still buying like maybe like Jordan's warm up suits and, just things like that I would call being like maybe being part of the hip hop culture or dressing as such or caring about that kind of thing. And then there's a time where I'm just like, got to pay for, if not my own college, my daughter's college. And then you just kind of switch up the game.
Yeah.
Right. And then you get to parenting and you get real boring.
Yeah. Yeah. It changes like that. Huh?
It doesn't have to, but I do think, depending on whatever your circumstances are, that, there's always got to be priorities on what is your discretional income. Right?
Right.
And I don't think there's a right or wrong, because that's why it's discretional income. You get the opportunity to spend some money on some things that you want to spend it on.
Right.
And I appreciate something that you said earlier on about like, to me, everybody spends some discretional income on things they care about and their hobbies and stuff like that. And a hobby can be anything, right? So like my hobby's podcasting. So when I have discretional income, Timber's getting new mics,
right,
new lights, new soundboards, new cords, whatever it is to help fundamentally, until I start making money on this podcast or figure that out, this is my hobby and this is where my discretional income goes.
Right.
So to go back to your original question, I don't know anything other than there's a market for it.
Right.
I do understand that much.
What would you say your peak, like, I guess, style was? Was it the in the sneaker and streetwear world? Was it like you said, your Jordan jumpsuits and stuff like that.
I always like casual jumpsuit. Yeah, like nice warm up suits and then matching shoes.
Right.
And then hats.
Right.
You know, my thing was I like a good matching outfit.
Right.
Give me the full fit.
And is that how you were growing up as well as a kid? Were you crazy about anything other than like Jordans and stuff like that?
Oh.
Was there any other brands that were?
Well, when growing up, I grew up in that hip hop age of like I loved like DOS effects. I loved New York style. Right. So my style back then was baggy jean wear, camouflage wear, Timbs. You know, I went hard on Timbs, right. But it was that street hip hop culture back then. I loved that.
So you say you were raised on hip hop then? Because I believe that fashion and streetwear and sneakers are definitely an expression of who you are to the fullest. And I think you can look at somebody and what they're wearing and kind of start, not judge a book by its cover, but start to form an opinion of who this person is and what, you know, the things that they care about. You know, when you meet somebody and, you know, they're dressed and everybody wants to look good, but, you know, in certain garments.
Absolutely. How you present yourself, you're telling a story a little bit, right?
Exactly.
And how you want people to receive whatever you're trying to share with them. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's how I feel about it now. Now my streetwear is a bow tie.
Yeah. That's awesome.
My streetwear is a bow tie and Timberland boots.
Right.
And I wear that's like an everyday uniform.
And it's an expression of who you are because you can easily just wear a regular tie.
I could.
You want to show who you are, rather it's just a style of individuality of, you know, wearing a bow tie.
Facts.
So I think that's why I'm so passionate about it. I love it so much because it really shows who people are. And yes, it can be costly, but then it also just shows how passionate somebody, you know, kids come in and they buy something, you know, and they mowed 15 lawns to get this money to buy this shoe because they want to express who they are. When people see them, they want them to see them wearing the newest J's. And rather it shows that, like, it shows a couple things. You know, not only am I passionate about these things, but maybe I'm a hooper or an athlete, but also like I work hard for what I want, because little do you know, or does anybody else know, is that like, yeah, these shoes cost me this, but like I worked hard to get that money to go get this. So like I'm a hard worker as well as somebody who likes to wear nice things.
I think that's an interesting point that you're making about there's more to that narrative.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that certain things can show will, that I work hard and I had the will to work to get this, and that you may not value this, but it was important to me, and it was important to me that I worked really hard, exactly, that I could afford it.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
I get that. What's going on right now out there in the culture? And you know, what's popular? What's happening? And is someone who I'll say facilitates culture for others, or fashion for others, how do you pick yours? Because I also think you're probably an influencer, because I think people are probably watching what you're wearing too.
Definitely. And that's something I've learned slowly over time, is that people are always watching. People are always listening. And whether I look at myself as an influencer or not, people are definitely influenced by what I do, say, and wear. So how do I pick mine? Is I'm very influenced by the people, you know, the people who make the music I listen to, or, you know, play sports, because I watch a lot of sports as well, or like within movies and stuff like that, finding fashion. So I pick mine just from experiences in life. You know, I see things and I kind of lock them in my head, and then I go out and I try to find that piece, you know. So I don't have a specific formula, and I don't think I have like a style either, because just some years ago I was saying how I would never wear baggy jeans. And now I don't think I own a single pair of jeans that are like slim fit. Like all of my jeans are baggy. So I think I pick mine just by my, people who influence me, So we're all influenced by each other, right?
This is true.
So
I get the jean thing. I was the person that said I would never own a pair of skinny jeans, and guess what?
now you got skinny jeans. Huh?
Hell no.
That's funny. You got me.
No, they're absolutely not, man. You can't move in them things. And look,
There's a time for those.
hey, I ain't bad mouthing people in them. That just means there's a different body type for that. And I'm a dad. I ain't
Right. And if I see somebody wearing skinny jeans, I'm gonna assess them properly. You know, like he might be a limber person.
that, or I'm assuming that they're in a different age category than
Exactly.
me. I'm not putting them in my age category.
Exactly. That's funny.
What's really popular right now?
So it's really popular right now is everything we sell. The Nike Dunks, Jordan 4s, Jordan 1s are kind of here and there. Those are the classics, the OGs. But people come in, they want Travis Scott's, they want Kanye shoes, and then they want whatever athlete is out there as well. LaMelo Ball, Ja Morant. So those types of products, and that's the toughest part with us is just keeping up with all the newest trends, and because some trends are only here for so long too. So what's cool today isn't going to be cool necessarily come next summer. So if you came into the store, you'd see what's cool.
Yeah, all right.
And you as in the Kosh listeners.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, you talked a little bit. We've talked about shoes, and like I'm understanding shoes, and like people have insane shoe collections. Like I be looking at some stuff sometimes on the internet, and I'm looking at people's shoe collection. Now I'm not gonna knock it because it's not that I don't got a lot of shoes, but my feet ain't grown since I was a sophomore in high school. So what I have is so many years of just having shoes, right? And I tend not to necessarily get rid of them unless I just really wear them down. But you talked about the retro wear.
Mm-hmm.
What's up with the retro wear?
So like vintage clothing?
Yeah.
So vintage clothing is something that I'm fairly new to myself, but something that's been going on for forever. And in the 70s, people wanted to wear clothes from the 40s, and in the 90s, people wanted to wear clothes from the 70s. And that's something that I'm just now learning about from older people letting me know that, like, hey, this has been around for forever. And maybe during COVID times, it got really big and popular because people were, sitting at home, getting rid of their stuff, not realizing, like, hey, this shirt that's been sitting in my back of my closet is actually worth a couple $100 or maybe $100 or whatever it is when I bought it for $10 at the concert 20 years ago or whatever. I cut the grass in this shirt, or I'll be on the grill with this shirt.
Right.
So, like, and then that's the crazy thing about it too is like, you hopped on the grill in this shirt. It got a few stains on it. Now people want it even more because like the stains are unique to that shirt. So I got shirts at home that got rips in them, but I didn't put the rips in the shirt. It was ripped up by whoever owned the shirt prior to me, but like it has that much more character. So vintage clothing is it's a wild world because it's like the older it is, like the cooler it is.
What should people be looking in their closet for? Because I'm thinking people are thinking I should be looking in my closet. Right now, Kosh listeners are thinking, what do I got in my closet?
Kosh listeners, go to your closet, look at your t-shirts, crew necks, pants, jackets, honestly all the garments. All the garments, we can tell when it was made based off of the tag. A lot of times they got older tags. Well, they always got older tags.
Right.
And you can just tell based off of the tag what year it was made. A lot of these shirts are dated, on the front graphic or the back graphic. But, like, we love band tees.
I was going to think.
Racing tees.
Are band tees a hot thing?
Band tees are the hottest thing, especially if it has like dates on the back, and one of the dates are in Wisconsin, and just tour tees, let's see. band tees, racing tees.
So when you say racing tees, you talking about like a NASCAR? Or
Yeah, especially NASCAR.
for real?
Yes, NASCAR tees are probably some more of the most expensive that come through the shop.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I would have never guessed that.
Or old school t-shirts from whatever brand out there that you like. Like if it is like a higher end brand, like a Burberry or something like that, we love those. Or even if it is like a Jordan or a Nike or an Adidas or it's just any brand, if you can have one of their shirts with maybe it has a cool graphic or maybe it just has simply just their logo. You know, shirts weren't made the same back in the day. The stitching is different. A lot of these shirts have single stitches on them instead of for like a double stitch. So there's all unique characteristics of a shirt that make it what it is.
Wow. Who knew?
Who knew? And I'm telling you, when they come in, who knows why a shirt is worth what a shirt's worth. But sometimes these shirts, they can get up there. Like WWE. We get a lot of those, like Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, those types of guys, or like a movie or a cartoon, like a Gremlins T-shirt.
Wait a minute now. Now I'm gonna have to go and dig in my. I'm gonna dig in the crate because I got one. You know what? I know I got a Rock. Matter of fact, I got a with the Rock's cooking T-shirt floating around here somewhere.
Worth something,
man.
Worth something.
Okay. What don't we understand about the footwear game and the vintage clothing game? Like, I'm big on trying to create clarity for people from an expert, right, and have them talk about the things, like, instead of us making assumptions.
Yeah. I think what I said earlier is what a lot of people don't understand is that everybody has a hobby. Everybody has something that they're passionate about. And yeah, these items can be pricey, but there's a lot that goes into them. As far as in, I don't know, just the hype behind the item. You know, why is a car what a car costs? Why is a fishing rod what a fishing rod costs? You know, so I think just people need to continue to grow to understand that, like, everybody has their thing, and earlier, like I said, with the whole, a lot of people work really hard to attain some of these things so they can express themselves and what they're passionate about. So I think that's the biggest thing right there.
Are there any last things? Well, let me ask this question real quick. How do y'all come up with the costs or like a dollar amount for?
So StockX creates, like I mentioned earlier, they create the market,
even for the retro wear and all of that.
Yeah, so then with the vintage clothing, we just look up comps on eBay, just online, look up that shirt, see what that shirt has sold for in the past or what other people, because it's not too often where you're gonna have an item where you're the only one with that item. Right. The cool thing about vintage is it is that much more rare. You know, you buy the newest Jordan off of our wall, a lot of other people are going to have that newest Jordan. Right. Whereas you buy a vintage T-shirt off of our wall, someone out there in the world has this shirt as well. The chances of you coming across them as well is very, very slim. Right. But it does happen. So we'll just look it up online and see what they've sold for in the past and then come up with a price. And then come up with a price based off of what our cost is.
Okay. Are there any last things that you would like to share with the Kosh listeners about your topic?
Any last things here? I would challenge everybody to just come to either of the shops and get a feel for what the environment is and base your judgment and your opinion off of that. You know, get firsthand information and not secondhand. Come in there, see the items, feel the items, get a feel for the story, us, and see how it makes you feel then. Because new shoes make you feel good. New clothes,
facts.
New clothes make you feel good.
Facts.
So, yeah, I would challenge everybody to do that.
Okay, I like that. So, Kosh listeners, let's go on out here and check out Division 1 in their 2 locations, one on College Ave and one in the Fox River Mall.
Correct.
Where are you near in the Fox River Mall?
So in the Fox River Mall, we're on the wing, on Macy's wing. So
Okay.
we're right in between Macy's and Lululemon. I know I can name drop those, and you'll know exactly where we are if you're familiar with that mall.
Okay, cool. All right. At this time, I want to say thank you to Q. Not that we're done. And gosh, listeners, you know what that means? We are starting to wrap up this episode. So I want to say to you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for spending time with us. Thank you for giving us your minds and ears. Thank you for being interested in another one of our community members who's out here doing amazing things and creating impact within our community. I love this conversation so much because you know what? We all, hey, don't front. Don't be out here thinking why, because we all know there's some gear out there that we like. 8 to 80. There's ways that we all like to express ourselves, and I just thought this was fantastic. Not to mention such a creative entrepreneurial business that has been created in our region, and something for people to help express themselves. I think that's dope. Is dope still allowed to be said?
Dope
I'm
is
gonna
a great word.
I'm
I
gonna
say
say
dope all
dope.
the time.
I'm gonna say dope. All right. As you know, we are a work in progress, Kosh listeners. We want to become the #1 podcast in all of Wisconsin, but for that to happen, I need your help. So that means if you've got ideas for how we can improve the show, reach out to us. If you'd like to be a guest, reach out to us. If you want to suggest a guest, reach out to us. If you'd like to have an ad, reach out to us. If you'd like to participate and leave a segment, such as leave a story or leave us some words of whatever, we will play it live on air. We do have a phone number here at the Kosh, and that is 920-385-5073. Once again, 920-385-5073. And to reach us, you can reach us at askthekosh@gmail.com. And my other request is, while you're listening to the Kosh, I need you to take a moment and leave us a review or hit one of the buttons to give us some stars. Give us a 5-star. You don't even got to say no words. Otherwise, just leave us a review. What these things do is they improve our analytics, and the better our analytics, the more eyes and ears learn about the Kosh. We think we have something pretty special here connecting us as a community. So help us get in front of more eyes and ears. All right. Now, time for shout outs. Now, Q, what do you got?
Well, first and foremost, shout out to my parents. Shout out to my siblings. Originally I was just gonna say shout out to my siblings, and I thought about it. If they listen to this, they'll be like, why didn't you say my name? So I gotta go down the list. Vonnie, Portia, Caleb, Tassant, Layla, Kiera, Armani, Nikolai, and Jaden. Love you all. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to my business partner, Matt. Without him, Division 1 is not a thing. Shout out to all my friends and family that have supported me through this. Shout out to everybody that supported me through Division 1. Shout out to the listeners of the Kosh as well.
Thanks. I appreciate that. And yeah, we got a good group of listeners. I run into our listeners all the time, and actually I'm always so surprised at who's out there listening. So if you see me on the street speak, holla at me, let me know. Tell me what you're thinking.
Also, shout out to all of my friends that have been on this pod as well. Friends or / mentor, Anthony Miller, Lona, Alondra and Salma, and Neo as well. So shout out to all of them. I have checked out some of the episodes, still working on getting through them all though, because I care about those people. Oh, and Alyssa as well.
Oh yeah, they got fire episodes.
Yep.
Okay. My shout outs. Oh, wait, you know what? You gotta give hype to the shout outs.
Yeah.
My shout outs this week, I want to send a special shout out to the Professional Black Men's Support Group that I am part of, out here doing some really really cool things in the community and about to make a difference. I don't even want to talk about what the project is, but just know there's a group of Black men out here who care and who are really working towards making things better in many different categories. I want to send a special shout out to Jerry Overstreet to Street. That's my man. Thanks for making time this week and meeting up. I want to send a shout out to the Cozy. I went to the Cozy Corner literally 3 times this week. I had business meetings. So I literally did 3 business meetings 3 days in a row. And you know what I get? It's consistent. Always. And it's such the place to meet. Like, because I always feel comfortable there. The food is on point. The service is right. Like, I just enjoy the Cozy. So, Cozy, I appreciate you.
That is soul food.
It is. It's solid. All right. I want to send a shout out to my man Jordan at Outagamie Recycling and the landfill. Look, I got an opportunity to go tour the recycling plant and to go check out the landfill. Now, here's the craziest thing about the landfill. On top of the landfill, they actually have a gentleman out there. So to help manage the seagull problem, bird problem, because, you know, they'll take garbage and, you know, spread it around, or they spread disease and stuff like that. They got a dude that's like a falconer up there with a hawk. And that hawk he handles the business and keeps them seagulls off of the whole landfill.
What a job.
He sits in his truck, and I mean, like, and the hawk's name is Fang. And let me tell you this, Fang is about her business.
Fang be out here.
Fang out there. Fang is Debo. Fang is the Debo of birds.
Yeah.
And here's how this works. If Fang sees somebody creep up on there, go out there, chase them down. Either they run away, or if Fang catch them, pins them. Doesn't kill them. Pins them, scares them. They go back, they tell all they bird friends, and they be like, nah, we up out.
Like, hey, they got somebody up there named Fang.
Fang is the Debo of the birds. And then, you know what, but here's what, they feed Fang, what is it, quail. So Fang won't kill him because Fang don't want that dirty meat.
Right.
Fang like, look, I'll go handle this, but when I come back,
Hey, I need some of this over there.
I need some of this steak. Hook me up. And that's what they do.
Boy.
And I was amazed in watching this in action.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. So literally, it was fascinating to know, like, that's how they manage birds. I want to send a shout out to Kata Barber, my man Rand. If anybody is out there that is interested in getting into construction, or if you've had issues finding work because you're justice aligned and you would like to think about getting into the world of construction, I got a connection for you. Just reach out to me at askthekosh@gmail.com, and I would love to connect you with this individual. And then last, never least, I want to send a shout out to my wife once again for allowing me to host my podcast in the house. I love you, baby. As always, I appreciate you. Thank you for taking care of me. All right. So, Q, one last thing to do, and it is this. You got 3 options. And those 3 options are Option A is you can leave some parting words of wisdom for the Kosh listeners. Option B is tell us what yourself today would tell your 13-year-old self. Option C, you can do both. What would you like to do?
Ooh, I do option B because I think that everybody could relate to talking to their younger self, and to just tell my younger self, work harder, work smarter, and don't beat yourself up.
Facts. I like that. Okay. Q, what you think?
I think it was great. I had a lot of fun.
I appreciate you making time. All right. The Kosh.
Gosh.